Bonjour, bonjour. Ah god, hier il était beaucoup trop tard pour la fin du live, écoute. Mais là on va continuer la quête enfin et on va pas perdre de temps, on va directement la continuer, tu sais quoi. Du coup, je sais plus trop ce qu'on devait faire. Mais en tout cas. Ah oui, c'est vrai, faut faire genre des trucs pour 3 personnes de je sais quoi trop bizarre là. En tout cas. C'est très long. Bon, écoute, voilà. Cet endroit est beaucoup trop magnifique. J'ai eu tellement peur. C'est quoi ça? Ah, il est là-bas. Et où? Il est bien gossant. Ah, il y a un TP ici. C'est bizarre les trucs qu'il y a ici. Ah! Oh! Je suis désolé, petit machin là. Putain, j'arrive pas à prendre ton truc! Voilà. C'est où d'ailleurs le truc que je dois aller? Histoire que ça prenne pas 43 millions d'années. Je pourrais clairement me taper. Et vu que je suis lâche, je vais faire ça. Après, on ira faire les quêtes du jeu, sauf qu'on va faire ça avant.
Let's see. Where's the person Ayaka told us about?
Why are you doing this? Why leave all of a sudden, after all these years?
Precisely. It's much too sudden. We've had no time to prepare.
Quoi?
The children are desperate for you to take them out to play. Please, we urge you to reconsider.
That must be the guy Ayaka told us about.
Ah, you must also be here to try and convince Tejima to stay.
Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé?
Tejima has protected this place ever since he arrived here 30
Ah oui,
years
d'accord.
ago, keeping out the treasure hoarders, fending off any monsters that draw near, resolving quarrels between the villagers. He has put an enormous amount of work into looking after, but now, all of a sudden, he says he plans to leave us. We can't help but wonder. We will gladly apologize if that's the case. All we want is for him to stay.
If you want my opinion, something to do with the Vision Hunt decree. It's clear that Tejima had done nothing wrong, and still they confiscated his vision. After that, he became a completely different person. I can't claim to fully understand it, but I could tell that he'd lost something very important to him. He went off on a walk. Well, truth be told, we aren't sure whether trying to keep him here is the right thing to do.
Seems like he's a well-respected guy around here.
Salut.
You must be Tejima. So what's made you want to up and leave all of a sudden?
Me? It's not a question of why I want to leave, but a question of what reason I would have to stay.
Ben là, il y a plein de raisons pourquoi tu pourrais rester là. Vous vivez depuis longtemps ici. Tout le monde compte sur vous.
True, but that's not why I chose to stay here. And what made me want to come here 30 years ago? And why have I never wanted to leave in all that time? I don't have answers to those questions because I can't remember anymore. Ever since they took my vision away, it's like a slice of my memory is gone.
Oh, good.
In the past, I knew I wanted to stay here. But whatever resolve I had then, it's gone now.
Okay. Well, in that case, if we help you rediscover the reason you chose to stay, you won't need to leave anymore, right? But if you can't remember anything, it's not gonna be easy. Oh, maybe if you just try a little harder to remember, then it'll all come flooding back?
Oh, that reminds me. Last time I brought Tejima some fruit, I do believe I saw him writing in a diary.
I keep a diary? If you say so. I honestly can't seem to remember.
Oh, yes, yes, you do. And what's more, I remember you saying at the time that you wanted to make a note of a few interesting things. Things which would...
Perfect! So if we want to keep Tejima from leaving, we just need to find his diary.
If you don't mind, we will need you to find the diary. We should head back to the village.
Et là, son journal, attends.
This looks like Tejima's diary, all right. Let's see what we have here. Today, the villagers and I got together to cook dried braised salted fish. I messed up and burned mine a little, so I had to pretend that it was black snakehead instead. Today, I helped rescue a kid who had fallen in the water. After I pulled him out, he told me that his best friend Bamboo was still in the water. I searched the water the whole afternoon before finding out that Bamboo was the name of his pet crab. I went kite flying today. The string broke, so I chased after it as fast as I could. I soon realized I was never going to get it back, so I just found somewhere to sit and watch as it flew away into the distance. Seems like your average diary of daily village life. Huh? Wait! There's more! I went to pray at the shrine again today and stayed there a while. The omamori you gave me has faded a little, but it is still my most treasured possession. Now that's the kind of info we're looking for. Time to pay a visit to the shrine.
D'accord. Il y a quelqu'un là-bas qui fait du... Ok, il va même pas essayer de comprendre.
So this is the omamori Tejima wrote about. Interesting. Looking at the color and the design, Paimon would have thought it belonged to a child. But anyway, if he had this
C'est
Do you think that it might come in handy?
The
soil looks like it's been disturbed. Maybe Tejima buried something precious here. Must be something pretty amazing if it made him stick around for 30 years. Let's dig it up and take a look. It looks like a letter. The paper's gone yellow. Must have been written a really long time ago. Honda Village. Sounds so familiar. Where is that place again?
D'accord.
Huh. So the reason Tejima came here was to wait for someone.
Il a attendu bien longtemps en tout cas.
But he's been here for 30 years. Oh, guess they didn't show up in the end, huh? Well, let's go give Tejima his stuff back and take it from there.
Well, I'll be. That's certainly my handwriting. And I guess the Omamorian letter belonged to me too. But I have no memory of anything that's written in this diary. Still, it's clear that I was waiting for someone here, and that I chose to wait for 30 years.
Weird.
Over the years, I must have made a note of anything interesting. Anything that I could share with her when we were finally reunited.
Ah.
And just look at all the things that did happen over the years. The time has flown by so quickly. 30 years feels like the blink of an eye. How could I have forgotten something so important to me? Not love, regret, everything I felt for her. It's all disappeared. No, not especially. After all, I've forgotten who she was. Her face, her voice. It's as if she'd never been in my life to begin with. As if all these years have been nothing but a hazy dream.
Ah oui, d'accord.
I think maybe not. If this is something I waited most of my life for, I suppose I should carry on waiting. Although, what if she were to turn up eventually, only to find I didn't remember so much as her name? Wouldn't that be upsetting for her? When I think about it like that, I do feel a slight tinge of sadness in my heart. How curious. Why am I thinking like this when I don't even remember who she is? It's just like that feeling of emptiness. The feeling that something is missing. Thank you both for helping me reconnect with my reason for staying here. I shall remain here.
Tejima seems to be dealing okay, but still, it makes Paimon really sad. Seems it's just like Ayaka and Tomo were saying. If you lose your vision, you lose all your hopes and dreams too.
Bruh.
That certainly explains the state Tejima was in earlier. At least we were able to help him. Well, let's go find the next person.
On va espérer que cet épisode-là soit pas long comme elle d'hier. Hein? On va pas...
Responsible for maintaining law and order in Inazuma. The one, but why would they take action against one of their own? Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's happening.
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend to withhold this month's emergency provisions?
The entire clan is counting on that food. We demand an explanation. How many times do I have to say it? I don't know anything about emergency provisions.
You dare deceive us? Those provisions are essential. Do you understand? Not some goods to be pocketed by greedy samurai.
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this.
Oh, huh? And who are you? One of Kurosawa's gang, no doubt.
No.
What? We just happened to be passing by. We heard the commotion and came to see what the matter was.
I see. You seem to have come just at the right time. Perhaps you can help us settle this matter. This is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. They issue emergency provisions to the area, and he's the one responsible for distribution. In the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be delivered. Now, he suddenly refuses to give us anything. He's keeping the provisions for himself, I just know it. We'll starve without them.
No one seems to care about us. We used to think Kurosawa was a kind man, but he's shown his true colors. He's the same as all the other samurai. It's no wonder all the visions have been confiscated. The Raiden Shogun doesn't need people like him helping her rule the nation.
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked us to help. But maybe we should talk to Kurosawa.
Hello.
I've never even heard of these emergency provisions. I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail me. But either way, it's ridiculous. If I was hoarding supplies, would I still be the poor man I am today? My own family can barely get by as it is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got other matters to attend to. And that's the first bit of truth I've heard all day. The Shogun's army told me that I was unworthy of my vision. And they said I was slacking off in my work. Apparently, I'd even disappointed the Raiden Shogun. And that's
strange. You were helping enforce the Vision Hunt decree. Why would you be unworthy of your vision?
To be perfectly honest, I don't seem to remember the details. All I know is that I would perform certain things every month. But I don't recall what they were. And it's not just that. I have this unsettling feeling, like someone owes me something.
Does it have to do with the missing emergency provisions?
I didn't take any. Like I said, if I was taking them for myself, I wouldn't be going through such hard times right now. To top it all off, my house was just raided by treasure hoarders. Which is why I came here in the first place. I was chasing after them when I got held up by these two. If you don't believe me, go find the treasure hoarders yourself. If there were any emergency provision...
He seems to be tough, but we better confirm. Let's go round. We should be able to follow their...
Bonjour à la personne de live. Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. Oui. Ah, il n'y a plus personne sur le live. Mail.
We really outdid ourselves this time. All those samurai houses packed with goods. We really hit the jackpot. I mean, besides that one house.
You haven't seen anything yet. There'll be a lot more where this came from. Today's just the beginning. I'll be leading you all on an epic journey of pillage and plunder that will go down. You demand, boss!
These seem like the treasure hoarders we're after.
Another test subject.
Wind blade!
Fry!
Ha! Period.
Oh, there goes all the Mora. We worked hard to steal that, you know?
On avait trouvé dur pour aller tout ça, vous savez.
Come on, boss. Think of something.
Faites quelque chose.
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? We could use someone like you.
Aucune chance.
Kurosawa. Oh, I remember.
The bitch.
So he's the one who sent you after us, huh? Just our luck. I knew he shouldn't have hit that place.
So what did you see inside? Was it stuffed with food supplies?
Food supplies? You kidding? That place was a complete mess. All we found was a strange-looking box, hopefully with valuables inside. I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I was planning on opening it myself once we get... But now that you've caught us, how about we make a deal? That little box for our freedom. What do you say?
Elle voit en échange de notre liberté.
You've got a deal. Now
Huh?
What the?
There's nothing in here but IOUs!
Il n'y a rien d'autre que des renaissances de dettes. Ah oui, d'accord.
Yeah, a lot of them too. And they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general goods store, a Miss Aoi. We're talking tons of Mora. We better talk to this Miss Aoi and get to the bottom of it. As for you guys, you're free to go. Just...
Yes. So, we redeemed ourselves for some IOUs. Does that mean we broke even?
Shut it. Let's just get out of here.
Fallait parler à Aoi. Elle m'a laissé bloquer là.
Welcome to Tsukumomono Groceries. We've got everything you need. Can I help you find something? Or perhaps there's something you want to inquire about? Ah, so you're friends of Kurosawa, I take it? Perhaps you're here to pay off his debts.
Whoa, whoa! Let's not get ahead
Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large quantities of foodstuffs. He'd always put the payment on his own account.
Quoi?
However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently, and his salary was no longer enough to cover the cost. So, he started writing out IOUs to cover whatever he couldn't afford of the usual amount.
Ah.
So that's how he was getting those emergency provisions. But why did he have to purchase a usual amount? If the prices increased, couldn't he just buy less?
Well, if you think about it, the citizens receiving the emergency provisions must have been carefully calculating how much they needed to sustain them each time. Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them if they found they didn't have enough, especially after such long and careful planning. So he deemed it necessary to take on the debt rather than let the people down.
Wow. Kurosawa was purchasing all the emergency provisions at his own expense. And no one ever appreciated what he did. They just complained and held him accountable.
Pauvre lui.
People's attitudes will always reflect their circumstances. In the face of hardship, nobody cares to think twice.
Trente-trois secondes. Okay.
If you ask me, had Kurosawa told everyone the truth about the supplies from the start, then there wouldn't be such a severe backlash now. Of course, I'm sure there would still have been some unrest. What he was doing was truly a thankless deed. As for why he chose to spend his own money on emergency provisions and never tell anyone, I'm still not too clear myself. If you're still curious, why don't you go ask him yourself?
Malheureusement, il ne se souvient pas.
I see. That reminds me, it seems that his vision was recently confiscated. Most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name, he'll have no choice but to sell that sword that is so dear to him.
Sword? What sword?
Oh, didn't he tell you? He possesses a very valuable blade. He's carried it for years now. I've asked him about its origins. He told me that it was a gift from his father, that it was too precious to sell. In hindsight, I regret that I never made an offer on it. Everything has its price, at least that's what I think. Why don't you ask him about the sword yourself? Perhaps it'll even provide you with the answers you're looking for. Oh, but before you go, if you would kindly settle today's bill.
But we didn't buy anything!
Information is also a kind of commodity, wouldn't you agree?
Bitch.
Don't worry, I won't charge much for information about Kurosawa. Nothing we ever discussed was explicitly confidential anyway. Oh, let me think. 2,000 mora should be a fair price.
At least we now know where the emergency provisions were coming from. Plus, we found out that Kurosawa has a priceless sword in his possession. Let's go talk to Kurosawa again and see if he can remember anything.
Okay, so...
presented them with a choice. Either they left or I drew my sword. They left.
Oh.
It turned out to be a real time saver, actually. Perhaps I should start using it more often. Did you manage to track down the treasure hoarders? Everything I said was true, right?
That just about sums it up. It turns out that you really were distributing emergency provisions, but they were all purchased at your own expense.
Strange. Is that really the kind of person I was?
Why?
I don't really have any such recollection. Even after all you've told me, I still don't remember anything. Why was I purchasing emergency provisions for everyone? And why would I put myself in such a difficult situation? I really don't understand. But I cannot deny that when I brandished my sword to scare those two away, I could sense that my body was somehow reluctant to do so.
L'épée.
This sword was once wielded by my father. I remember once when I was young, I wanted to sneak out with the blade and show it off to the kids next door. My father ended up catching me in the act and scolded me severely. What did he say? I can't seem to remember that either. It would seem that I forgot many important things when my vision was taken from me.
Logique.
So many memories gone. Forever. No matter how hard I try to remember, all I can remember now is my father telling me that this blade bore his life's creed. Before he passed away, he placed the sword in my hands and said to me, "With this sword, you should."
Hey, if you look carefully, there seems to be some words engraved on the hilt. Can you recognize the words?
Virtue and justice? Somehow those two words seem to explain everything now. Taking on seemingly endless debts to make others happy. I guess that must have been my greatest ambition after all. But what use of virtue and justice? I purchased the provisions for those in need. And look how things ended up. The Tenryou Commission seized my vision. And the very people I was so desperately trying to help refused to understand me. And the irony of all of it is, I somehow still felt sorry when threatening them with my blade. I'm incapable of being a good person, yet I'm equally unable to be bad. I don't know what to do with myself.
Yet another troubled soul. When we get the chance, let's speak to Toma about Kurosawa's debt. The Yashiro Commission would surely help cover his expenses. In any case, we must never let him sell off that sword. Yeah, seems like losing all ambition is a terrible experience. Fortunately for us, you don't have a vision. Let's go find the next poor soul.
En tout cas, les yeux vivent ça, là. C'est un peu l'apocalypse, hein. Ça va, c'est pas très très loin.
Taken is supposed to be a famous sword master around these parts.
Ah oui.
Hyman heard that he's the present-day master of Meikyo Shisui art. This is his dojo. Luckily, there's some people around. Let's go.
Nanako, don't worry. Sensei will be fine. Those thugs that challenged the dojo were strong, but he fought them all off in the end, didn't he?
Maybe, but I'm still worried about him. Things have gotten dangerous before in the past, but it's never shaken him. This time, though...
It's just because he's been possessed, that's all. Once the exorcism has taken place, he'll be right as rain in no time.
Hey there! Did something happen?
Who are you?
Hi.
Don't care whether you're trespassers or just here to harass us while Sensei is impaired. Get out of here immediately!
Bitch.
Don't make me draw my blade, or you won't live to regret it.
No! You got it so wrong! We just came here to...
On est là pour devenir... Quoi?
Disciples?
Yep. We've heard all about the mighty master of Meikyo Shisui art. It's the whole reason we came all this way, to seek him out and ask him to train us. But then we got here and overheard you talking about how he got possessed or something?
From the way you're dressed, it doesn't look like you're from around here. Please, accept my apologies. We've had so many people trying to cause us trouble recently that we're on high alert. You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. Sensei got possessed recently, and he's still recovering. He's not able to take on any new disciples for the time being.
Hi.
I see you are earnest in your pursuit. Okay, how about this? My fellow disciple Nanako and I will explain Sensei's situation to you in a little more detail. Then you can decide whether to state Sensei's name is Domon, a name I'm sure you've already heard.
No.
Though self-taught, he mastered the art of the sword to a high level. He then proceeded to defeat many other prominent sword masters, never losing a single fight. He once said that his goal was to become the best sword master in the world. And so, even while training us, he continued to hone his own art. His fervor truly inspired us, and we trained hard, determined to keep up with him. But then...
Not long ago, Sensei had his vision taken away.
Logique.
He hasn't been the same since. He says the strangest things over and over, and he refuses to let us train. Junya and I have discussed it, and we both think that he's been possessed by an evil spirit. So we've asked the shrine maidens from the Grand Narukami Shrine to perform an exorcism. But if I'm honest, I still have my doubts over whether he'll completely recover.
The Grand Narukami Shrine? What's that?
You haven't heard of it? It's the largest shrine on Narukami Island. The head shrine maiden is reputed to have very close ties with the almighty Shogun herself. Not that we'd have any means of involving the head shrine maiden, of course. But even one of the ordinary shrine maidens from the Grand Narukami Shrine would have clear power and authority to perform an exorcism. So don't worry, Nanako. Sensei is going to be just fine. The exorcism will take place this evening. You're both more than welcome to come and watch if you're interested.
So, losing your vision can cause possession? Guess we should come back this evening and see for ourselves.
Ouais. Attendez jusqu'à entre 18h et minuit, du coup.
Sensei one of his fits of madness. Just now, when Nanako was attending to him, she heard him whispering a few names to himself. When she asked him who the people were, he suddenly looked panic-stricken. It looked like he was in great distress. He was covering his ears and looking frantically around him with bloodshot eyes.
Oh, good.
All the while we kept calling those names. Some of them we knew, others we didn't recognize. But one of them was Anzai. He used to be a fellow disciple of Sensei's. His senior, in fact. Sensei wouldn't stop calling his name. The ritual has now begun. All we can do is patiently await the result. Here, please, excuse me for a moment while I fetch some water. If he wakes...
Donc il est possédé. D'accord.
Sneaking around. Uh-oh. Could they be here to mess up the exorcism? We won't let them get away with it. Seems they aren't here. Should we keep going further up?
Ah bah d'accord, une épée qui pop de nulle part.
Is this definitely the right place? Let's look a little further up. Aha! Suspicious person sighted! That's gotta be him!
How did you get... Are you sure you're Domon's disciples? You move even quicker than he does. Unless... I guess it's been a few years.
Excuse me? We're the ones asking the questions here, and what are you doing sneaking around these parts? Hmm?
Bad news? I'll have you know I trained side by side with Domon back in the day. I don't care to talk about that time anymore. But if you must know, I am Domon's senior.
His senior? Wait, that means you must be...
Anzai? Yes, that's me.
Oh!
Because I don't wish to see Domon or anyone else associated with him ever again. When we were young, we trained under the same sword master. I had begun training 5 years before him. Practitioners of Make-Yoshi's, but Domon was different. The first thing he did when he joined was go straight to our sensei and ask him, with a beaming smile on his face, how to become the best in the world. Sensei scolded him and told him that the art of the sword should not be used for such vain ends. Sensei said that coveting the title of the best swordman, I thought so too at the time. But Domon began. Only then did I realize that it was Domon who had long since freed his mind from all. He was consumed by his singular desire to become the best in the world. He sought nothing less than perfection in the art of the sword.
Sure sounds like he meant business. So how come you don't want to ever see...
Because until he arrived, I was convinced that I would succeed our sensei as the... Of all the disciples, I was the most... Domon's later. After that I... So, I decided... So you see... Okay, you've heard my story. You should get back now. The...
Seems like we got it wrong this... Still...
You're saying he isn't possessed? Does that mean that he's just lost his mind? But how is that possible? No, I refuse to believe it.
Nanako, please. Try not to get agitated.
I am sorry. With what powers I have, I can find no sign of any malignant spirit having possessed Domon. But spirits may take a myriad of forms in this world, many of which I cannot claim to have witnessed myself. And all is certainly not lost, for I received word not long ago that Lady Yae has taken an interest in your sensei's case.
Lady Yae? Is that The same Lady Heyy that I think you mean?
The head shrine maiden of the Grand Narukami Shrine? That's wonderful news. Then Sensei will be sure.
Correct. Lady Heyy is most knowledgeable indeed, and has abundant experience in the exorcism of evil spirits and avert. I am unable to say for certain whether an evil spirit has possessed your sensei, but Lady Heyy can give a conclusive...
Excuse me, Miss Inagi, but I must ask, should we prepare a greeting gift for Lady Heyy?
That won't be necessary. All that is required of you is your timely arrival at the Grand... I must leave now, but we will meet soon at the...
Who'd have thought Lady Heyy herself would have taken notice of our sensei's cake?
Do you mean to say that Sensei isn't renowned enough to deserve Lady Hey's attention?
No, that's not what I meant at all. You misunderstand me. I just mean this is Lady Heyy, the head shrine maiden. She has direct and close contact with the almighty Shogun herself.
D'accord.
Anyway, you should join us too, tomorrow.
Pourquoi?
Given that you've traveled all this way just to meet our sensei.
Sure. After all, everyone seems... Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to...
Il va falloir entendre le temps encore. Rendez-vous. Ok. On va crever. I love my life. Comment on va faire? Ça va être un long voyage. Je suis sûr qu'il y a un truc. Attendez. Mais il est où? Tout ce que je vois, c'est qu'il est en dessous. Ah ah, je savais. J'aime pas ces machins-là, ils m'énervent. Ah, attends. Bonjour, d'accord. Il n'y a même pas de coffre, genre, c'est bien de la merde. En tout cas, allons à l'endroit où on doit aller. On va crever. pas ce que ça fait quand on est comme électrocuté comme ça, là, en tout cas. Oh god, t'as des méchants ultra badass. On va donc passer. Oh my god. Un tout petit peu puis j'aurais décédé. Comment je fais? Ah! Attends. L1 carré. Mais cool! Alors j'adore. Après je sais pas où aller. Ça fait quoi si je prends ça? Ah, c'est beau. On va y arriver. Fuck. Pourquoi ça marche pas? Bitch, je glisse là. Ah ça, je sais ce qu'il faut faire, I think. Yay! Ok, t'en as un là. Enfin un coffre, c'est fou. C'est le premier coffre que je trouve à Inazuma. Ben, à part avec les petits machins là, mais. Comment je fais pour monter sur le toit? Genre comme ça. En tout cas ici, oui, ça marche. Non! Oh god, j'ai eu peur! I need it. Bon. Il est pas sur l'arbre. Ouais, non, il est pas là. Hey, il est où là le fucking machin chose? Je ne comprends pas. En tout cas. Il y a comme un truc qui est supposé être là. Est-ce que vous savez comment... Y a-t-il une façon de faire summon un truc ou... Je sais pas comment expliquer, de détruire la roche. C'est vraiment genre à l'arbre. Hey, arrête de taper ça. I think ça faut que j'utilise une magie, mais je sais pas quelle magie.
Rain outlines your fate.
Je vais sûrement aller la magie électro en fait, mais j'ai la flemme de sortir Lisa pour rien. Ah. En tout cas. Bonjour à la personne sur le live. Oh.
No wonder Junyo is so excited. She has a really striking presence. Also, is it just Paimon? Or did she look right at us just now? It was probably nothing. It's not like she's ever seen us before.
Keep away. Keep away from me.
Oh god. Éloignez-vous de moi.
I gave up the art of the sword. Please, let me go, I beg you.
As you can see, Lady Heyy, Domon has persisted in this state for some time now. He appears to see those who have lost to him in duels past, gathered all around him to persecute him.
Quelle voix?
Lady Ai, it must be a possession, right? This is nothing like him at all. In the past, no matter what came his way, he would always face it with a...
I'm sorry. It is clear to me that your sensei is not possessed by any evil spirit.
But... then does that mean he...
Yes. This is a change in the person himself. Unable to cope with the tremendous pressure he was under, he suffered a spiritual collapse. With his wits impaired, he finally descended into madness.
Oh, good.
As one who is thrown into the sea, though he fights back desperately against his predicament, it does nothing to prevent his descent into the depths. As for what has triggered this change, I believe it must be the loss of his vision. For to be stripped of one's vision is to be stripped of one's ambition.
Stripped of his ambition? But Lady Ai, even without his ambition, why should he suffer such a dramatic change? How does that explain his descent into...
Your school practices Meikyo Shisui art, does it not? Stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. What a fine notion that would be if any in this world could ever hope to achieve it. There was once one who claimed to be indifferent to rank and reward, and who fled enraged when defeated by his junior. And then there was an aged swordmaster who... Then, what of the one who crossed blades with his own sensei and beloved fellow disciple?
Lady Ai, I'm not sure I understand.
The path of the swordmaster is filled with twists and turns. It is no small undertaking to pursue the position. It requires one to take their sword firmly in both hands and cut down the hopes and dreams of others. Only a deep commitment to his ambition to become the best made it possible for him to rise above. When that ambition disappeared, he began to doubt himself. As he battled his growing anxiety, he slowly descended into the... Much like a certain fatally flawed friend.
Poor sensei. To think he's been suffering so greatly.
I'm sorry. It's all my fault. Father, Sensei, Ansai.
That's enough.
Huh? Isn't that Ansai? Where did he come from? Did he follow us the whole way here?
Ansai, why are there two of you? Is that you or a ghost? You're here for revenge, aren't you? I knew it would come. I never should have.
You're right to assume that my feelings towards you are far from kindly. But I didn't come here to settle a score. It's been so long now that I made peace with it years ago. You did nothing wrong that day. I couldn't face the humiliation. That's why I ran. I don't think most of the people you beat along the way would hold it against you. On the contrary, when you cut our ambitions short, we entrusted them to you. Now I know that we can't place our hopes in you any longer, since you've been stripped of your ambitions too. But that is no reason to strip them of theirs. Follow the way of the sword all the way to the highest peak.
But what if one day, the same thing happens to them? I put everything I had into trying to become the best. But what if it was all a huge mistake right from the start?
No.
If there's a chance they'll end up like me one day, I'd rather they stay where they are now than go any further down this path.
Have you asked them what they think?
Sensei, after you rescued me from the hands of the pirates, I told myself I would follow in your footsteps for the rest of my days. I can't know whether I will suffer in my future. I want to keep going until the day...
Nanako's far from the only one. Actually,
oh goodness.
You
You see? You can place the ambition you once had in their hands. Being stripped of your ambition is something that's never happened to me, so I can't claim to understand it. But I do know what it feels like. So, just as I once placed my ambitions onto you, you are not in the same position that I was.
I'm sorry to have made you worry for me, and for the state of Miyakiyoshi, sweetheart. I no longer have the resolve to become the best in the world. The emptiness and suffering inside of me will not abate, so I cannot hope to still my mind and be free of agitation. But as your sensei, I shall commit to imparting unto you everything I have learned in my life so far. This is my promise, and I humbly ask Anzai.
You can count on that. I'd be checking in on you occasionally anyway, just to make sure you hadn't. But I am now used to the life of a wanderer.
C'est bien long! Elle a rien fait, mais bon, pas grave.
So even though his ambition was taken away, his disciples can take it over on his behalf. Guess that sort of solves this one, huh?
Traveler, a moment, please. Lady Yai has some words for you.
So, my intuition was correct. The wind that blows from afar carries fresh life to these shores. For us to meet now is premature. Nevertheless, you set foot on these islands at precisely the right moment.
Je clique sur X, ça ne passe pas.
I have high hopes for you, child.
Ooh, Lady Yai seems to have taken a really... She seems super mysterious. I'm so curious what she really meant by all that. We can come back to it another time. For now...
Mais attends, ici... Oh god, ça fait peur, il y avait un bruit bizarre plus la voix de la madame, fait que ça l'a fait genre... Cerisier sacré. Oh, il est beau. Ah. Écoute, tant que je suis là... Elle va crever. Celle-là, faut que j'aille. En espérant que la mission soit bientôt finie, hein? Bordel. Elle va être genre derrière nous en mode coucou. Qu'est-ce qu'il fait là, lui? Ah, je savais qu'elle allait venir.
pleasure to finally meet you both face to face.
J'avoue.
I have heard all about how you helped our three friends. My sincerest thanks to you.
Yeah. Short of getting them their visions back, it seems like there's no way to really help them. Ayaka, how come this time you get to come out and meet us in person?
Comment ça se fait que cette fois aussi?
Because now that you have done the three things I asked of you, I consider you to be my friends. As you will observe, I dispense with the screen for Toma also.
Ouais.
Wait a second. But isn't Toma your, servant? Paimon's happy to help and all, but Paimon sure as heck did not sign up to be a servant.
Oh. Paimon, you are most entertaining. Toma is first and foremost my friend, and was so before he ever became my attendant.
Oh, okay then. Ayaka, you seem pretty different out in the open compared to how you are behind the...
Thank you both kindly. Back to the matter at hand. You have now witnessed the pain of those deprived of their visions. What are your feelings on what you have seen?
Ça a l'air d'être pire que la mort.
Perhaps in the eyes of a deity such as the almighty Shogun, thunders roar, lightnings flash, the winds assault, but I believe that surely you understand what they must endure. It seems that perhaps now you can appreciate my feelings on all of this. In which case, perhaps you would be willing to reconsider
Elle aussi,
your
elle a un œil divin dans son dos, on la voit très bien.
You will? Really? Naturally.
Alright, bravo, my lady. You were right all along.
See? I told you he wouldn't reject them. I'd placed my trust in the right person after all. Now then, given that the remainder of our discussion pertains to matters of a more confidential nature, perhaps we could move to the Komori tea house? We ought not to involve other members.
Oh no.
Well, here we are again.
Please continue without me. I'll keep watch.
Bruh. Moi, le son il est comme clairement plus fort.
So, what's the deal with this place anyway? What makes it your favorite meeting spot?
This is land that was gifted to the Yashiro Commission by the Shogun. The Kamisato clan has the exclusive right to plan, build, and repair any property on this land. Such privileges exist due to the Yashiro Commission's role in managing ceremonial affairs. Oftentimes, it is not appropriate to discuss details in front of bystanders.
Oh, Paimon gets it. Gotta keep a bit of mystery, right?
Once the number of ceremonial affairs conducted in the city began to decline, our forebears built a tea house.
Makes sense. Perfect place for a secret bed.
In any case, we can talk freely here.
J'ai vraiment rien à foutre par rapport à ta vie. Genre, non. Quel genre de divinité?
The almighty Shogun. I've seen her on but only a few occasions. Most of them she inspires awe, commands respect, and exudes a sense of absolute authority. But as I recall, there was something. It was her almost complete lack of any emotion. In that sense, she appeared to me to be less of a ruler and more of... The issue is that, after all, because of this,
How can they be
nevertheless,
resistant?
yes, to say a little more, but I do want...
Wow.
Of course. They invariably... It almost makes... Oh?
Have you got a plan yet to fight the vision?
To be honest, we do not.
What?
Please.
So...
Well, for example...
You're telling Paimon...
Don't underestimate the talents of the craftspeople in Hanamizaka. To the naked eye, the problem we are facing right now is that Master Masakatsu, who was providing us with counterfeit visions, has recently been arrested by the Tenryou Commission.
Darn! So they found out about it?
Yes. We knew it was not a long-term solution, and that it was only a matter of time before it would be exposed. But we cannot simply abandon Master Masakatsu. Exactly. I feel the same way. But given mine and Toma's identities is... Mine, when you are ready.
Ah là là. En plus, j'ai plus de batterie. Ça me saoule. J'ai bientôt plus de batterie.
Just hand it over. You don't want any trouble with me. If you think your elemental powers are enough to resist the Vision Hunt decree, then you'd better think again. Believe me, you're not the first of your kind we've encountered, and we've seen the same unpleasant outcome time after time.
Can't you make an exception? I just got this vision. I won't even use it, I promise.
So this is the Vision Hunt decree in action, huh? We can't just sit around and watch things unfold, can we? Psst! Hey, wait! Huh? There's someone trying to get our attention. Come on, this way. What's going on? Can't you see we need to go help? Shh, quiet. Just sit tight and watch for a moment. Hey, this isn't right, you know. Just because you don't have a vision doesn't mean you can sit back. Huh? Hey, wait! You do have a vision! Shh! If you don't keep your voice down, I won't have one much longer.
All right. Here.
Wise choice. All right, let's go.
What should we do now? He's already given up his vision. It's your fault. You're the one who stopped us from interfering.
Many thanks, Miss Yoimiya. If you hadn't swapped me a fake just now, I'm sure I would have lost it.
No worries. You put on quite the convincing performance.
Oh, so that's what's going on here. And to think Paimon was about to unleash Paimonial wrath on Miss Yoimiya.
Think nothing of it. I could tell from your reaction we were on the same side. You just didn't know it, you know? Oh, right. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Yoimiya, the current owner of Naganohara Fireworks. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Great to meet ya.
Alors, elle a clairement la voix de l'autre fille là, qui fait de la bouffe là. L'autre ça là.
Knows Yoimiya. She's the queen of the summer festival. Without her and her fireworks, summer on Narukami Island just wouldn't be the same.
Whoa, that's quite the introduction. Paimon loves fireworks. It's nice to meet you.
Stop it, Hanjiro. You'll embarrass me. As for thanking me, you'd be better off thanking Master Masakatsu.
He's the one that gave me the fake visions in the first place. His handiwork allowed me to keep my own vision. Whew, I can't even imagine.
Yes, Master Masakatsu is a good man. It's too bad.
Master Masakatsu? Huh? Do you guys know him too?
Nous sommes heureux pour le sauver.
You don't say. Then it sounds like the Shirsagi Himegimi has a plan. Awesome! But if I just merge straight in there by myself, I'd probably get Miss Kamisato in a whole heap of trouble. So, what about if I join you instead? Sure, welcome to the team! Ayaka told us to go look for help at a fire. Seems like I finally got a new job to do. So, Master Masakatsu is being held at the police. Whoa, talk about a reliable source. Not bad, huh? A time to break him out.
C'est pas la fille qu'on peut avoir dans les vœux présentement. Effectivement, c'est bel et bien elle. C'est quoi, on va faire un vœu en plein milieu de l'épisode. On sait jamais. Oh god, c'est loin. Quoi? Hi, level 47.
Want to end up locked away in here. Let's find Master. We should split up. I've got a little present to prepare for Master Masakatsu. I'll be right back. You sure? All right then. Just be careful not to get caught. Yes. You too.
Disappear!
Boom boom! Ha! Inadmissible up!
Allow me to strike first!
Allez, viens-t'en.
Watch your step.
Ow.
I need to train harder.
Loin là, grosse connasse.
Battle formation.
Ah, t'as des petits machins qui tirent.
This wall looks a bit odd. Maybe there's some special trick to it. These guys seem a lot tougher than usual. Paimon wonders if that armor over there has anything to do with the source of their strength.
C'est tellement drôle faire des bitches là comme ça.
Brace yourself, lesson. Show me what you've got.
Oh shit. Alors moi ce que je vais faire, c'est que je vais faire un petit...
With the wind!
Watch your step. Don't hold back.
Let me
I
lead you.
dare you. Show me what you've got. Allow me. Let's fight first. Don't hold back.
Wind blade!
Watch your step. Bested. Allow me to strike first. Show me what you've got.
Incinerate!
Slash.
Wind blade!
I need to train harder.
Ah non, fuck. Je peux pas genre faire ça.
Doesn't that Magatama shape look pretty similar to the grooves on the door over there?
Ah oui, d'accord.
Rain outlines your fate.
Teach me a lesson.
Ow! Depuis quand on peut faire ça dans la vie?
Teach me a lesson.
Oh my god.
What you've got. Don't hold back.
With the wind!
Quoi ce machin là?
Show me what you've got. I dare you.
Oh shit. Merci les torches. Les torches ont été bien utiles. Y'a rien. Ah ok. Mais il doit y avoir une porte là aussi. Avec un coffre. Il y en a aussi un là, mais on peut pas y aller. Faut faire. What the fuck?
Shh! Quick! Hide! Look over there. That must be Master Masakatsu.
Did you really think that little trick of yours could fool us?
Attendez.
You up was just the beginning.
3 secondes, je vais y aller, ça sera pas long, je reviens. Bonjour.
No!
Oh no! Those Tenryou Commission brutes are torturing him!
If we don't come up with a way to break him out fast, then... Yoimiya, when did you get back here?
I can't bear to watch. If anything happens to Master Masakatsu, our whole plan will have been for nothing.
Hey, you there! What are you doing?
Oh non.
Ah, ma'am.
C'est qui? C'est qui?
We were just teaching him a little lesson, that's all.
Huh? Who's that?
That's Kujo Sara, adopted daughter of the Kujo clan of the Tenryou Commission. She's also a general in the Shogun's army. What's she doing here?
Make way, let me have a look at him. I'm sure you're well aware that torture is strictly against military regulations.
Yes, ma'am.
If you are unashamed of such disgraceful action, then you are also unworthy of the Tenryou Commission itself. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, ma'am. It won't happen again.
Oh, Myron sure wouldn't want to get on her bad side.
Hey, this is our chance. Let's move while they aren't watching that.
Yoimiya, are you sure now's the right time?
Who is that?
Uh-oh.
Quick, go and investigate.
Yes, ma'am.
They're coming! Quick, hide!
Sorry. I didn't mean to. Don't worry, I've got us covered. Time for my lip.
Fireworks!
Huh? Was that an explosion?
It sounded like fireworks.
Quick, let's hurry!
The fireworks were enough to distract them. Maybe more than enough.
Fireworks aren't just for festivals, you know. I was particularly proud of...
Ah oui, d'accord.
Yoimiya, this is turning in...
Well, fireworks are my craft after all. Every match has to be spectacular.
Look, the coast is clear. Now's our chance.
Il y aura une cinématique, on va se faire pogner, c'est sûr.
Yoimiya, is that you?
Ouais.
Master Masakatsu! Sorry we took so long. Oh, those awful guards.
Come on, we've got no time to lose. They could be back any... Oh.
Yes, leave, before I let my judgment get the better of me. He's in serious condition. Be sure he gets immediate medical attention. But remember, once he's recovered, it won't be long until I bring him right back.
Well... you can bet we'll do all we can to keep that from happening.
Leave this.
J'ai aucune idée c'est qui cette personne. C'est tout. Il n'y a pas d'autres coffres, genre yo. Il y en a sûrement d'autres des coffres. Mais j'ai tellement la flemme. Oh my god, le temps il passe vite.
hold on?
Don't worry. I think I can make it to the infirmary without keeling over.
Thank you. All of you. I'll take him to get treated.
Don't worry about us. Just take care of Master Masakatsu. Good thing we were able to rescue him. Right, Kujosara. Do you think she was making up for how the guards were treating him? It seems as though there are some okay people among the ranks of... How about we go tell Ayaka and the other...
Il y a tellement de trucs à faire, c'est fou. J'espère que cette mission-là va être bientôt finie, mais j'aurai une mission que je pourrais pas faire parce que je serais passé au niveau.
I see. So Kujosara stayed her hand. It would appear she still has some honor to her. I wonder if we should try establishing contact with her. Perhaps we could coax out some information.
Unlikely. Don't forget, Kujosara is also carrying out the Vision Hunt decree. She obeys the orders of the Raiden Shogun. In her eyes, Master Masakatsu is of no threat to the decree. This is why she was so willing to allow his escape. If our true motives were ever divulged, she would act against us without a second thought.
True. Though if you ask me, Master Masakatsu, we are now one step closer to victory. You're turning out to be even more...
Indeed. But if we wish to mount any sizable resistance against the... It is time we make ready our next...
There's no need to rush, my lady. Things seem to have taken a turn for the... yes, which reminds me. And the number of...
A ceremony, you say?
I don't know.
Being in a Toma.
I'd say, funny enough, simply put, then we take it in turn. Anyone who guessed, don't you think it sounds...
You really do? Well, sounds like we've got our work cut out for us. Time to get... Let's see what we've got here. Nice! Paimon never thought we'd be the only ones to actually put anything edible into the pot. This was possibly the scariest looking hot pot Paimon's ever seen. Fortunately, Toma ended up eating all the weird stuff.
You can say that again. But hey, at least I got the most points. Oh, wait a moment. That doesn't feel good.
I'm afraid it's your own fault for adding all those strange ingredients, Toma. The soup flavor wasn't quite the same afterward. Even with the traveler's normal ingredients, I still couldn't guess any of them correctly.
But weren't you the one who added those little cakes, Ayaka? I think the traveler ended up eating one. Boiling cakes in hot pot. Ugh. Think of the taste.
I must apologize. To be perfectly honest...
Uh-oh. I feel like...
You know, Toma, all you had to do was guess wrong on purpose and it would have been someone else.
I guess perhaps I did get a little... I think my luck has already taken a turn. So without further ado...
Oh, bruh.
Yes. And with the extra time...
Let's all take some downtime is hard. I'll tidy things up.
It's gonna be a...
Sure, why not?
Bye, Tom.
Oh mon dieu, oui, c'est fou, mon dieu, my god. Oh. Dis-moi juste que la prochaine mission, je peux pas la faire. Calique. D'avoir les quêtes requises avant de continuer. Ouais. faire ça. I'm gonna die. Écoute, moi je dis on fait toutes les petites quêtes, puis on va tout faire le reste dans un autre épisode, parce que là, sinon on va mourir. Alors...
Where do we go from here? What's the plan?
I think there is a little problem. Okay.
Traveler, Paimon, hold on.
Huh? Ayaka?
Something has come up, and I would like to request your assistance. But you ought not be nervous. This is not coming from the Yashiro Commission or the Kami's
individual request? You mean...
Correct. This may seem a little sudden, but in my view, you are the only person I can entrust this to. A few days ago, I was sorting through some old family belongings when I found a notebook that belonged to my mother. She wrote about all kinds of things, mostly of little consequence. But what...
Probably your mom's best buddy, right?
Never. And although... So... I am very curious. According to the notebook...
Paimon thinks it's...
That's what I thought.
So what do you want? Do you need us to find her for...
No. Please keep everything I have told you in strict confidence. The proper course of action would be to involve my brother and visit her together. But he is terribly busy at present, and... On a more selfish note, I don't wish to involve anybody else from Inazuma in this matter. Exactly. That, and you are also a kind, well-mannered person with a genuine concern.
You can count on us! We've done great...
Wonderful!
Oh, we don't mind. We don't mind it.
Thank you kindly.
Alright, sounds...
Qu'est-ce que j'ai fait? D'accord.
It's a festival promotion. Hey, speaking of, we haven't been anywhere fun since we arrived in Inazuma.
No, what made you think that? Festivals are a common occurrence here in Inazuma. We in the Yashiro Commission are very well acquainted with these sorts of customs. Each season brings its own festival, and each festival in turn brings a fresh challenge to the task of maintaining. So, while festivals are Oh, my apologies.
Oh, so you weren't checking out the promotion?
Welcome. I have all the latest styles. Please take a look. Oh! It's Miss Kamisato, with guests from overseas. Welcome to Ogura Textiles and Kimonos. Are you here to purchase fabric or for tailored garments?
Oh, greetings to you too. I have a design here for a garment. Would you be so kind as to take a look?
Oh, Ayaka came prepared.
Let me see.
It could be...
Oh, it's a very fine design. Miss Kamisato, you'd like us to make a kimono following this design, yes?
Please, if you could.
I'm honored that you'd choose Ogura Textiles and Kimonos for your tailoring needs. However, based on the design, this kind of kimono would require silk made from the silk flower. The majority of Inazuma's silk is imported from Liyue Harbor, but Given, as you well know, Inazuma is currently under a strict lockdown. In all honesty, the impact on the textiles industry has been quite significant. We're struggling, but of course, where our customers are able to provide the fabric themselves.
So you're saying we need to go and buy some silk first?
If even Ogura textiles and kimonos can't get a hold of high-grade fabric,
you could try the international. The only thing is...
Putain...
Wait! The International Trade Association?
It looks like that will be our next stop. Thank you ever so much. Oh, in the meantime, I have one other very small...
Why is she being so secretive all the...
Absolutely. Much obliged.
My pleasure, Miss Kamisato. Honestly, I'm just as excited as you to see the end product. We haven't made a silk kimono for the longest time now, and this is a beautiful design.
That's very kind of you, thank you. Traveler Paimon, let's try our luck at the internet.
Manger de la soie. Je vois pas sur la map. Ah oui, là.
This is it. The International Trade Association.
Okay then, we need to talk to Kurisu, right? Huh, doesn't look like he's here. Let's look around. Look, there he is.
Looks like we found him.
What am I gonna do?
Mr. Kurisu, are you alright?
Oh, you're Miss Sayaka from the Kamisato clan. How do you do?
Better than you, it appears.
And if it isn't the Traveler, I haven't seen you in a while. I take it you've been out of Rito? Thanks again for your help last time. The association is back in business, and it's all thanks to you.
That's great, but, why were you staring into space just now?
Well, you see, it's embarrassing to admit, but some of the association's goods have been stolen by vagrants.
Which goods were stolen?
It was a batch of high-grade silk. We imported a big batch of silk from Liyue several years ago. It's been sitting in storage. Recently, we heard that clothing stores in the city have more or less sold all their silk stocks. So we figured now would be a good time to bring our batch out of storage. The vagrants swiped the whole...
Well, I also...
Anyway...
I am afraid I can't intervene.
Of course, I would...
Huh?
Yes. Acting in my I do so not... That aside, given your position and...
We will. But, what if someone...
Very humorous. Let's not forget... Whoa, Mr. Kurisu.
Thank you so much.
Everyone, please follow me to the scene of...
All right.
Ok, donc on peut comme pas passer de même, faut qu'on se TP clairement. C'est vrai que techniquement je ne suis pas supposé quitter Ritu. But j'en ai rien à foutre. Donc je suis quand même parti.
Here we are. This is where we were robbed.
Hey, look on the ground. What are those?
Huh? Footprints. Very deep ones at that. Leading towards the forest.
Presumably the depth suggests that they were carrying something heavy.
Let's see where they lead.
Mais il y en a pas d'autres, des traces de pas. Mais logique. Ah oui, il y en a d'autres des traces de pas ici.
With this bunch? You must be dreaming.
Huh.
Why, you better hope you have the courage of your convictions.
Why wouldn't I, old man? And you trade association types are worms.
Good.
Coming over to our land. Look at that. No response. You know I'm right. Face it.
You are despicable.
Hey, I just had a night business. Pay up. And you can take your fabric back. Son.
You're
Wait, Mr. Kurisu, please do not pay any money to this man.
But...
I trust you remember our agreement? If you keep your lips firmly sealed, I too shall uphold my end of the deal.
Oh, yes, of course.
Then please stand well back where it is safe. Now, it is time for me to...
D'accord, on va les fight. Oh!
Let's get down to business.
Take flight!
You know a thing or two.
Unthinkable!
See no more!
J'arrive pas à utiliser mon fucking attaque!
My blade! Boom!
Ok, donc I guess.
My blade!
Ah!
Another test.
Fuck!
That tingle.
My blade!
Ah! Putain de sa mère!
Whirling snow!
No more! Finally, how's this?
So rude!
To the fairy!
That tingle.
Ah ouais! Toi tu joues à ça de même?
That tingle.
Et là on va faire un petit.
Can't handle your dream.
Putain, mais je voulais me soigner, moi. Mais là, il va pas se soigner. C'était incroyable.
No, please,
Miss Kamisato, traveler.
Don't worry, we're fine. The vagrants left him.
Thank you.
You'd best do a
6, 8.
Great! Now we can find...
Buy silk? You mean you need some of this?
This was indeed our...
Don't get us wrong, though. Paimon thinks...
I honestly can't. Please, say...
Thank you, good sir.
Oh, it's free.
No, that merchants already have enough There is nothing to feel distressed about.
Thank you, I'm...
Very well.
See you then!
Traveler, thank you for stepping in to help out.
But
perhaps.
C'est fucking long!
I admit that it did feel...
Shut up, I don't care!
Sorry, I'm getting off... Right.
Ah, j'en ai tellement marre. Ça n'a aucun bon sens, là. Je m'endors. Ouais.
outlines your fate.
Hey there, we're back!
Welcome back. So, any luck at the International Trade Association?
Yes, they did. Here.
Excellent news. So, apart from the silk, I think everything else I need I've got in store already. I just need to go and take stock of our materials. It won't take me a moment.
Oh, they better all be there.
I do hope nothing else is missing. Traveler, on the subject of garments, I've been meaning to acquire a new outfit for you, too.
Oh!
It's just, I wasn't sure how you'd feel about the idea of dressing in Inazuman attire.
Non, mais moi je veux, je m'en fous.
Oh, are you sure?
Ces vêtements ont une signification particulière pour moi.
Is that so?
Mais je voulais quand même la voir.
So travelers of your stature hold themselves to a dress code, as well as a code of conduct.
More like when you're away from home, you've gotta live by certain rules to survive, whether you like it or not. But Paimon would still love to check out some Inazuman outfits. Just what is that supposed to mean? They make them in whatever size the customer asks.
Your interactions are so adorable to watch. I can certainly find someone to tailor a Paimon-size outfit if Paimon so wishes. Well, if you're sure, something else I've been wondering is, how do people in other nations dress?
They sure do. Each nation has its own unique style. Traditional, fancy schmancy.
The study of clothing is a profound discipline. When clothing becomes... So I'm not a...
Paimon agreed.
Paimon.
Wow! Paimon just got a compliment.
Sorry to keep you waiting. I've checked my inventory.
Thank you.
Fortunately not. I have all the materials I need.
Yes, please.
Understood.
Here you go.
Well, luckily, until then.
Good idea.
For our next stop, I'd like to...
Food?
I thought that
Bordel.
Shall we head off?
Yep.
On est tellement rien à foutre de la bouffe. Mais bon, écoute. Apparemment, eux, ils aiment bien manger, hein, donc on va faire genre, oh mon dieu, j'adore la bouffe, c'est trop cool. C'est comme si c'était une énorme perte de temps. voyons.
Are we here? Ooh, it's one of those street side places. Looks cute and cozy.
Welcome! Oh, Miss Kamisato. Perfect timing. Your booking was for...
I believe we'll be sticking to...
Excellent! Traveler, tiny customer.
Go ahead and take a seat. There is something I need to take care of, but I'll be back... I just have a few...
She sure left in a hurry. Whatever it is...
So, you two are Miss Kamisato's... Over the years, we've... Miss Kamisato, her table book...
The first time.
Sure does. And I'm probably...
How is that?
That's what I used to... Nobody in the neighborhood. But that's just it. So you see... we don't speak all... So, it makes... Anyway, consider it a fake...
Huh? That sounded like I...
What the fuck?
I'm so sorry, traveler. Could you join me over there for a minute? I need your help. I'm sorry. I didn't want to drag you away all of a sudden. I, just had a cooking catastrophe.
Oh, so that loud noise we heard...
As you can see, this house is right next to the... Actually, this whole compound is the family's private property. I asked Miss...
Right! If there's something you want to eat, you could just order it...
Actually, I wanted to cook something as a gift for Tsubaki. My mother mentioned in her notebook that Tsubaki enjoys food from all over the world. So I thought, if I'm going to meet Tsubaki...
A dish from overseas? So, then we've got lots of options, don't we?
That's what I was thinking. You must... Can I leave you to finish this task? Great.
Oh, Paimon knows! Pizza! Pizza? It's an assortment of...
That does sound...
On va lui faire une pizza? Mais je peux pas. Il me manque du fromage. On va attendre 2 minutes. En attendant, je vais faire de la bouffe. Genre... Ça, il m'en faut. Attends, je peux faire ça aussi. Oups, j'ai fait de la shit un peu. Fuck, il faut de la farine, mais je viens de l'utiliser au complet, ma farine. Bon ben du coup on va attendre. Je peux-tu directement lui donner?
Is the pizza ready?
Non. Bon ben attendons alors. Attends, un peu tomber dans le trou qui est là. Attends, mais c'est trop bien comme cachette. Attends, est-ce que techniquement, est-ce qu'on me voit ou on voit? Mais non, mais c'est trop bien, j'ai trouvé une cachette ultime. Bon, ça... Correct. Pizza. Ah, c'est vrai, faut que je fasse du fromage. Ça en prend combien? Ah! Même pas du sucre qu'il faut. C'est du lait. Oh god. Mais I don't have a lait. I need to aller chercher du lait. Y'a pas de magasin de bouffe. Écoute, tout ce que je sais, c'est qu'il y en a à l'UA. Du coup, on va devoir se taper là-bas. Est-ce que je peux au moins me taper à l'UA? Non, c'est là, faut que j'aille. Oh god, ça va faire longtemps qu'on n'était pas revenu là. Genre, en plus c'est full loin. Donc ma quête elle va être genre en mode 3000 trucs. Non, plus que 3000. Je suis pas mal sûr que c'est plus que 3000 mètres. Genre, je sais pas combien, mais en tout cas, vraiment loin. 5000 mètres. Tout ça pour aller acheter du lait. Non, c'est même pas là en plus. Ben attends, peut-être qu'il y en a en fait. Ben c'est pas supposé être là. On va acheter ça pareil. On va acheter ça aussi. On va acheter ça aussi. On va acheter la farine. Alors. C'est là-bas. C'est ici. Sinon c'est ici. Là il devrait vendre du lait. On va acheter le poivre. Enfin, on va acheter 10 de poivre. Et voilà. C'est fucking loin. Tout ça pour une fucking pizza, hein. J'étais quand même à préciser. Désolé du retard. Putain, non mais... Love my life. 9 minutes. Il en faut combien? Ok, il en faut juste un. On a proposé de faire une pizza, genre... C'est tellement long. Et c'est genre... Ça aurait pu être une brochette, J'ai chaud. Je vais checker les messages en attendant parce que je sais pas quoi faire d'autre. Attends, qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Bonjour, bonjour. Ça devrait être correct là. J'avais enlevé mon micro le temps d'attendre tout ça.
Oh, it's ready.
It smells delicious. You're an excellent cook, traveler.
À vous.
I would love to be able to master dishes from all over the world.
Well, all you need to learn is a recipe. We can bring you some more.
Great.
How are you all doing? Whoa, is this... Miss Kamisato, this must be the dish you were talking about.
Yes, an overseas dish cooked by the traveler. Could I trouble you to package it for me?
Sure, no problem. Oh, it smells good. I bet it tastes amazing. Oh, now I really want to put something like this on our menu.
Want us to teach you how to make it?
Oh, could you?
The most satisfying meals are...
Really? That's great. If you can write down a recipe for me, since we've become a... I'll go pack up this...
You could have sold that recipe for a high price, but you selflessly gave it away for free. You're a wonderful person.
À vous, hein.
I mean it. I admire... Well, you should...
Yeah, let's make sure... So, pizza. Start with the basic ingredients. Correctamundo. Right, now to add the next couple of ingredients. Yep, that's right. Now for the cooking instructions. Place onto oven rack at high... Alright, it's done! Long may our reputations of...
I have no doubt that they will. This dish is exquisite.
Cool! Then let's get...
Hey!
Here it is.
Thank you! Wowie! This is so exciting. I want to make it right away.
Traveler, Paimon, please
No problem!
Alright. Well, what do you think?
It's amazing! Paimon loves this one! Oh, and especially that one over there!
When I was attempting to cook earlier on, did you chat with the owner at all? And did she, say anything about me?
She did, but don't worry. She's just happy for you is all.
She's happy for me? Oh, then what does it matter?
Hey,
thank you for your... It's all true. Most of the time I'm either accompanied by family or staff.
Exactly!
Aw, thank you.
Hey now.
I agree. I just...
Of course, friendship...
Yes.
I don't care.
Well, I think that's Tsubaki.
A fox?
Yes, even I, and Fox Envoy, you must have met. That got me...
Whoa. Well, before... Oh, kind...
Really? So Lee will...
You should come visit...
Really? Speaking of Del...
Oh,
excellent.
Merci. Ah, fuck off. Pourquoi? J'en ai tellement marre. Ah, sa mère. Ça peut pas être simple. Toutes des quêtes ultra longues. Bonjour.
Your garment is ready, Miss Kamisato. I folded and packaged it. Oh, and the other item we discussed?
That's really... Thank you very much. No, thank you. Traveler, I have a gift for you.
Whoa. Looks super...
It's a hairpin in the style of a white... I couldn't ask for your help and offer nothing at all in return. So this is my gift to you. I'm glad you...
Speaking of white... Alright, well, time to go meet...
Pourquoi faut tout le temps se promener? Attends, mais l'épingle à cheveux là. Attends, l'épingle à cheveux est dans quoi? C'est-tu... Non. Ah, c'est là. D'accord.
This is the location my mother wrote about, but surely... But since we're here...
Yeah, makes sense. So...
Let me think. A crane?
Sounds like a fairy tale. So your mom...
I have a feeling. Let's get a little closer.
Good idea.
Chercher des indices. Mais il y a des trucs là. Ah. Non. Je sais pas qu'est-ce que je peux faire. Ah, ben il y a quelque chose là. Ah, attends. Oh. C'est beau. Il y a plein de scarabées.
Bushes on the rocks in here. Could that be anything?
Où ça? Quel buisson? Inspectez les buissons près du mur de pierre. Les buissons près du mur de pierre. Là? Là. 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 Il est où ton fucking mur de pierre, là? Je comprends pas. Ah, en haut. Là, peut-être? Oui, c'est sûr, c'est ça. Non? Ah, en tout cas, il y a inspecté le mur de pierre.
Let's recap what the notebook says. Maybe it'll give us a hint.
A crane brings one fresh flower in its beak to decorate
1,
my
4,
hair.
7, ok. 1, 4, 7.
Huh. There's nobody here. Just this box.
C'est quoi?
Did it open? Did it open? Did our Inazuma Adeptus leave any treasure here?
What's this?
Huh. Looks like a book.
It seems to be another notebook. Could it be Tsubaki's notebook? Let's step back outside now. The atmosphere...
Paimon knows what you mean. Reading in low...
Here will do just fine.
Alright, let's see what the notebook says. Ooh, Paimon bets it's all about mysterious... What is it? Why are you whispering all of a sudden? You're making Paimon nervous. Oh, you want to let Ayaka read the notebook without distraction. Seems whatever's written in there must be pretty major after all. But, based on her expression, probably not a treasure map. What could it be?
Traveler, Paimon? Sorry to keep you waiting so long.
No worries, it wasn't long at all. You're a very fast reader.
Yes, I have. I think I ought to share the truth of this notebook with you both, even though the contents are completely different than what I was expecting.
Different how? You mean it...
Not a Fox Envoy, no. It turns out that Tsubaki's real light is my mother herself.
Quoi?
Huh?
Surprised? Me too. But that's what it says at the very beginning of the notebook. Tsubaki and I are the same person, and yet we are different. When I become Tsubaki, I stop being Kamisato Kayo and become the most ordinary woman in the world. What follows in these pages is the ordinary, everyday life of a regular person. Nothing more, nothing less. This notebook is, for the most part, a collection of my mother's musings, both private and trivial.
So, that means that the kimono design and the international dishes...
are things that my mother wished to try, yes. I'm sure this all sounds utterly bizarre to you, but to me at least, my mother's, or to put it another way, I was at a loss for words when I started reading. From the moment on top of that, after my father passed away, Ayato and I took over responsibility for the affairs of the clan. Every time I found myself up against a difficult issue, I'd ask myself, maybe it's because it had been so long since I last saw her, but somehow, all that was, but my image of her was incorrect. When I read this, she liked pretty maybe this also. Mother wrote that I've seen those lights, but for someone of my position, even if no one, Mother said that. That's right. I hope this is.
Well, that's not disrespectful at all.
Without note, perhaps this is one thing that can simply never be. I understand. Thank you. Mother and I, she chose.
Oh!
No, I don't plan to do it. So, Traveler, deep breath.
Paimon's been dying to go ever since we saw that poster. Paimon would.
Hey, come on, don't make fun. I'm going to be. So, let's do this.
Ah,
you
bordel, sans mère.
If we head over now.
J'ai envie de pleurer, ça n'a aucun bon sens, c'est beaucoup trop long. J'en ai tellement rien à faire. Pourquoi un festival? Pourquoi maintenant surtout? J'ai encore au moins 4 quêtes à faire, des petites, plus une autre longue quête sûrement. Donc là, foutez-moi la paix.
Sometimes the law is compatible with human nature, but sometimes the two conflict. Balancing the two is a discipline in its own right.
Rebonjour. 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 Ah mon dieu, il fait tellement chaud là. En tout cas, j'avais plus de batterie dans ma manette.
Visitors must have already returned home. I've heard that the peddlers often close up shop earlier on the last day. I'll go and ask.
That's the way to go.
On peut pas courir. C'est fou. Pour une fois que je dois marcher, élégamment. Sans le faire par exprès.
It hasn't closed yet. It's just that there aren't many people left. Let's hurry and see as...
Hey, look at that stall! They have so many masks!
Oh!
Paimon's heard that everyone's supposed to wear a mask at these kinds of festivals.
That used to be the custom, yes. And today, it's...
Hey! Is that who I think it is? Miss...
Oh, people seem to recognize Ayaka wherever we go.
But of course! The Kamisato clan leads the Yashiro Commission. Not least because back when Master and Miss Kamisato had just taken over the family's affairs, they used to... Some of the younger generations have never even seen Miss Kamisato in person before.
You're too kind. My brother and I simply go where...
But this is the...
Oh,
first time in Hey everyone, listen up! Don't close up yet! Miss Kamisato has come to join the festival!
No, it's not like that. Please, there's no need to make a fuss. We're just here to...
Yeah, thanks a lot, mister! If you hadn't let them know, they'd start closing down about now, right? At least it sure looks like that time of day.
Yep, you got it. But on account of this being the first time Miss Kamisato has ever come to the festival, it seems only fair to keep things open a little while. Oh, here's a couple of masks for you.
No. You've been far too accommodating to us already.
Don't give me all that. Here you go.
But, okay,
Sa mère, c'est beaucoup trop long.
Understand.
Sir?
Oh!
C'est quoi? Après cette mission-là, je vais arrêter, je vais faire un live plus tard, ok? Parce que j'ai trop chaud, puis j'en ai juste vraiment marre de faire des missions.
Wait, I need to explain. I brought you here because I genuinely wanted to spend time with you. Okay.
Hello there. You're out with friend?
Okay.
I wouldn't expect you to know this. So you see...
What?
Of course.
Traveler? Paimon?
Seems like everyone wants to do something nice.
Well, if that's how you feel, then... Okay. We'll take you up.
Alrighty then. Whatever.
Ah, on a un masque, je viens de le remarquer.
And reveal your fortune. Open it up and see how you fare.
Whoa!
Which one did you get? Paimon got Rising Fortune.
No way! We got the same one. Traveler, what did you get? Wow, you're so lucky.
Ah, congratulations are in order. Here's what great fortune from the world means. Wealth shall come to you.
Bruh.
You shall reap about...
What a great sign! Good things lie ahead!
Congratulations.
You all have very fine fortunes lined up.
Well said!
This food stall sells all kinds of Inazuman specialties.
Wow! Ooh, Ayaka!
Sure.
Uh-huh, those look good too!
Alright then.
Alright, coming right. Not bad, huh?
Oh, please!
I don't care.
Ooh, a new recipe!
Are you sure?
Well, she and I are... Here you go.
Thank you so much.
You there. You want the recipe too? Go on, I can see... There's no...
I will. Once I've learned...
Oh, definitely! Can't wait!
Alright.
Well, we may have arrived near the end of the festival, but it's still been
festival together with you today has been a truly wonderful experience.
Chose, ça a duré au moins 15 secondes, même pas.
This stall sells prayer plaques. It's an Inazuman tradition.
Sounds similar.
Welcome.
Looks fun. Shall we? Oh, wait.
2 prayer plaques, please.
2 prayer plaques for the young lady.
Traveler, have you decided on your wish? Yes.
You can either draw a picture to represent your wish or write it out in...
Wait. So, all right. Well.
That will do for mine.
Nous, ça va être revoir ça ce soir. Attends, je vois pas très bien.
This is you and your sister, isn't it?
Ouais.
It's lovely.
You'll be back together one day.
I
can't believe it.
I believe it too. Your wish, and I will keep you.
Ayaka, what did you draw?
That's right. I do hope. Thank you. I'm afraid so. Time flies when... It's time to... Traveler, today was the first time in my life that I've ever been to a festival. You've known me for knowing me, so thank you. Festivals are great. There aren't many rules. If I ever get the chance... You too? Great, you know. We're kind of similar. Me with my brother. Sometimes I feel like I can relate to the determination you must have to get your sister back. I understand. Family bonds are inseparable. I will always be here for you as your... as long as you're happy.
Quoi? Pourquoi on est comme tous électrifiés, nous?
Keep your eyes on me.
Quoi? Elle chante bien mal. Qu'est-ce qu'elle fait? Ben d'accord. Oh god damn it. Okay. Why not?
What do you think of my dance? Did you...
It was so pretty, beautiful, elegant, and something else Paimon can't...
I'm not very good at this kind of dance.
Mais la danse était bien. Mais toi qui chantais là, par contre là, tu chantes pas très bien là. Je suis désolé là, mais franchement, voilà.
I just had a sudden urge, and I ran with it. In a way.
That
goes when I'm with you. Anyway, I can see myself the rest of the way back.
la fin, c'est sûr. Non, non, chante pas toi aussi. Ils chantent pas bien les gens dans ce jeu. Ah, c'est tout. Enfin. Tant que j'ai pas une nouvelle quête. Ok. Donc là, moi, je ferai ça tantôt. Ça. Je ferai ça aussi. Je ferai ça aussi. Je ferai pas ça, pas ça, pas ça, pas ça. Ça, je le ferai, ça, je le ferai, ça, je le ferai, ça, je le ferai, ça, je le ferai. Ça, je ferai ça tout tantôt. Parce que là, je meurs. Du coup, je vais vous dire ciao à une prochaine vidéo ou un prochain live. À tantôt ou à demain, peut-être. Je sais pas, sûrement. Mais sûrement plus à tantôt qu'à demain. En tout cas, ciao, ciao. Oh, God.